back to 1700, everybody. We just heard an incredible performance from Ruby Mae and Paddy there, their new single, Shirley, which is out now, and we've got a really great stripped back acoustic version right there. Guys, I want to start by asking, I've listened to the track, and I think it's a really great track, and I'm hearing lots of influences, and you know, you can sort of, I hear those pulls from like folk and country and blues and rock. Can you name like some artists that have really influenced the kind of sound that you're going with for the single?
That's a good question. We have a lot. So we actually say in our bio, Chris Stapleton, Tori Forsyth, Cold Chisel. Like it's an array.
It's more, I mean, like we grew up listening to a lot of old music because of mum and dad. Johnny Cash, if we're doing a longer set for, you know, if we're doing a few covers and all that, we do a lot of that Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley stuff. So, and I mean, influenced by Chris Stapleton, it'd be nice to sound like him, but, you know.
I mean, if we can pull off a bit of Chris Stapleton, that'd be great.
Fantastic one day. But, there's a lot where it comes from. Like, I usually play the punk rock stuff and Ruby's her singer-songwriter style, so it's nice sort of bringing it all together. And
we think like we really love that, like kind of stripping it back to country, like not basic, but you know, that sort of like simple music,
really raw as well.
And like simple guitar but like really great lyrics and melodies. So
I feel like your parents are going to listen back and say, old people music, what are you talking about? But I guess let's start with you've got parents, so your siblings. That's a big pointer as well. So did you grow up performing together, or what was life like for you guys growing up?
Well, I started playing guitar in primary school. In prep, mum and dad got me into, like as a lot of parents do, get the kids playing an instrument or something like that. So started that for a year and I didn't really like it, and then we moved to Torquay for a year and went to school there and sort of started playing again, and then come back, and it was more in high school when I got my teacher in high school, Matt Lewin. He was a great guitar teacher and he made me love it a lot. So whatever he's doing these days, but he was a great teacher for me, and he made me really enjoy it. So
and for me, I've been singing for ages, and then I really got into it. Like I did singing lessons in primary school too, and then I got into high school, and I actually ended up doing my ACL, long story short.
I've done mine too.
Yeah, it sucks.
Not great.
It's the worst. And mum and dad thought, well, to take up my time, I should learn an instrument. So I started learning guitar, and Patrick and mum helped me learn it. So
mum used to play in a band. What was that called?
I don't know.
The leopards or something. They used to wear leopard print leotards when they played.
Cool. So could you guys become a trio maybe?
You know what? I have always said that mum should get up on stage and do it with us. But she's like, no, I just can't.
That's her guitar as well.
That's her guitar that we played with. And we kind of started doing, like back to playing together. We probably didn't start doing that until maybe 4 years ago, when we had this thing called Webster Street, and that was like a duo for us. And we did that for a bit, mainly posted covers on like YouTube and all that. And then but now we're really getting into doing that, like joined kind of album together. So
collaborating.
I know you guys got a show at the Retreat Hotel. Shout out next Friday. Sold out, obviously. I know there's a couple tickets left on the door, so obviously, you know, guys
head down
along
there.
There's not many, so get in quick.
When it comes to like the creative process and you guys are working together, are there like environments or spaces that you get lots of inspiration from?
Well, the thing with what we're doing, this project we're doing together, it's actually come from songs that haven't made it to our other projects. So, like as I said before, I usually play a lot heavier stuff, and this is obviously, you know, a lot more mellow and acoustic, and so these songs were written, you know, where I was on my own. The ones I wrote was just me and my guitar, and then Ruby had those other ones that she wrote on her own, and they just didn't make it to their own to the other projects we're doing individually. And they had a similar vibe, so we thought, you know, now's the time more than ever, like especially last year we had a lot of time, you know, and yeah, my other bands, there wasn't much going on, and it just sort of lined up nicely that we just thought, why not, let's put it all together and make something out of it. So those songs could actually, you know, go somewhere maybe.
Yeah. I think like as well, we'll write the songs separately, and then but when we bring them together they really develop, and because we've both got like input for each other, and we you know, makes it a bigger and better song from there.
So
we're going to head to a break right now, guys. We're going to play that new Infinity Room track, and we'll be right back in one moment.
Welcome back to 1700. I'm your host, Tyler Chapman. This is Sam Deshays, and we're joined today with Ruby May and Paddy. Guys, tell us a bit about how you got your names.
Well, there's not much to tell. Like, my middle name is May, but I changed it around, so it's spelled MAY, but for my music I've just done MAE. So there's not a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, people just called me Paddy growing up.
Yeah, maybe we need like Paddy June or something to go with Ruby May, Paddy June.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only reason it's become that is because when we're doing our artist profiles, just to get the song up and legal and everything, like we had to get it done. So I had to think of something.
We had to think quick as well, because we were like putting up Shirley, and we were thinking, oh well, we can't do it without a proper name. Yeah. And then everyone was like, just put it together. But then we were like, no, like we want to keep it separate profiles and like make it a
rather than a band, like a group situation. So,
and then we thought Paddy J.
Because my middle name, is Joseph. It wasn't just out of nowhere.
That's cute. Ruby May and Paddy J.
Yeah.
And then we thought, the rhyme maybe is a
bit of a gimmick or something.
Yeah. So I just went with Paddy. Yeah. We thought Paddy, Patty, but then that's like a beef patty.
Beef,
We went with the double.
Yeah, well, I reckon that kind of stuff's like really important when you're, you know, have you guys thought about like merch and, you know, releasing stuff, physical forms? How important do you think like physical music and that kind of stuff still plays when everything's so digital these days?
Yeah, I think merch is really important to have. Like, I mean, we haven't sorted anything out really yet, but like I think it's important. Like, I remember with a few old groups, like walking down Chapel Street or something, whatever, and you see someone wearing your band t-shirt, and like they don't actually know who you are anyway, but they've got it on. It's kind of cool to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's important to have that physical component to it. But yeah, I mean, the names doesn't bother me. If you get a good artist, they can make it look good. So and we've got a couple that we know very well.
Yeah, I think as well, like, song lyrics are really great for merch too. Like if you have like a really cool hunch line or something in a song, catch line, to have that on like t-shirts or something. Yeah. Rather than our name, or maybe our name like small or something.
And speaking of names, your song you just performed, Shirley. Tell us a bit about that. Who wrote it? How did it come about?
Well, I wrote it a while ago. I mean, in a broad description, it's sort of about when the bushfires were happening, and I was sort of in a sadder place, and it was a bit like I felt a bit selfish the way I felt when everyone was sort of going through something else, but probably a lot more important. But I mean, it's quite a broad, the lyrics don't dive too deep, but I mean, that's sort of what it's about.
Is there a mood or a feeling you want your listeners to sort of, you know, feel or interpret, or imagery that you want them to get out of it when they're listening to your music? I always struggle when we're like trying to write a bio or describe a genre or whatever, and I think why do we have to tell people how to view it? Like, it's music, like make your own mind up. If it makes you feel sad or happy, like that's how you feel. Like, I'm not worried. I don't care what people think, to be honest. Like, if you like it, fantastic, that's great. But if you don't, fine. Like,
let it speak to you, rather.
I think it would, like, it's great if our music impacts people in whatever way that might be. Yeah.
Because then they're not there's no influence on the way they should feel about it. You know.
Now, have you guys ever done a live performance together?
Yeah. So, like we've been doing that for a while, but I would say probably our first one as Ruby, May and Paddy was Aries Music Festival, which was in March this year. That was our first full band show, and first time we've really played with a band. Yeah, with these songs. Yeah, which was great. Finally to have that. Yeah, we played it the year before, just as COVID was hitting, and everyone down the coast was like, no, it won't come down here. And on the last day, it was like, oh, you have to limit capacity today. That was right when it was hitting. So we played, just an acoustic set then. But this year was the first one we could play as a band. And that was fun.
Tell all our viewers where they can find you and hear Shirley and some other great tracks.
So you can find us on Instagram and Facebook and that's all we have, isn't it? And then like Spotify, all the streaming platforms. Yeah, Triple J on Earth. Triple J on Earth. Yeah.
At Ruby May.
So we've got Ruby, May and Paddy on Triple J on Earth. And then on Spotify it'll be under both of our separate profiles. Yeah.
Which are? Give them a plug.
Ruby May, spelled MAE, and...
Mine's just a personal profile, so I don't really care if you follow me or not, to be honest.
Well...
Maybe one day. You'll find it one day if you want it.
It's just Paddy, Paddy. But it's really... we're struggling to get access to your... Yeah. That's a long story. Oh, sorry. But Ruby, May and Paddy.
Hey, guys, thank you for the incredible performance, and thanks for having a chat with us.
No, thanks for having us on.
As I say, check out the new single, Shirley, on streaming platforms, and we'll catch you guys after the break.
Cheers.
Thank you.